Welcome back to Newswatch, everyone. Right now, the winds are pretty light out of the southwest at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. But folks, here's where our storm system is developing. In the Texas Panhandle, we had peak gust in the most recent hour between 40 and 45 miles per hour. We are not tracking any precipitation locally. That precipitation is here across the nation's midsection. Big low pressure developing, warm air out ahead of it, so some rain across the Ozarks, but some cold air with some snow in Nebraska. This low pressure is spiraling here. It will continue to deepen as it moves towards the north and east into the Midwest over the next 12 hours. Look at the temperature dichotomy. Low 30s here, so relatively mild, but we're in the 70s in Houston, but we're in the 20s in the Texas Panhandle and well below zero in Great Falls. That temperature difference is fueling a big pressure change, rapidly falling pressure here across the Ozarks, rising pressure though to the west in the western plains. This big pressure difference is fueling this low pressure, and the pressure continues to drop. Now locally, we have a pressure reading of 30.09 inches of mercury and a temperature of 33 degrees. So a little bit of frost when you wake up in the morning. But check it out, folks. The pressure by tomorrow evening will be down to 29.3 inches of mercury. And how does that compare to the record low pressure at Beckley? Well, the all-time low is January 26, 1978, 28.7 inches. So yes, we're not in the top 10, but with the pressure drop, arthritis sufferers will feel it, and the wind gust will be the reason, or basically the overall theme with the pressure drop. 60-mile-an-hour gusts tomorrow across most of the region. In the Greenbrier Valley, about 45 miles an hour. Now the timing between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., the winds are really going to increase. Widespread outages during that time. The winds back off to about 30 to 40 miles an hour at night, and then overnight into early Saturday, gusts to 40 miles an hour. So just a couple of reminders here. Make sure you have your backup generator, especially at the highest elevations. We'll have some downed trees and power lines. Stay far away from them. They could still be active. You could be electrocuted. And with a ½ inch of rain, we'll have some poor drainage flooding and the timing of the heaviest rain between 5 and 9 o'clock. The pressure is just going to drop like a rock tomorrow, so you will feel it. If you suffer from arthritis, the pressure does balance out a bit early next week before it drops Tuesday and Wednesday. Behind it, folks, much colder air will come in, and we are going to have the coldest weather so far this winter season once we get into the weekend and early next week. Check out the numbers that we have in our 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, actually pretty mild with the high of 50. That'll be the last day we hit 50 until about Labor Day. No, not really. 31 degrees on Saturday, brisk and cold on Sunday. The overnight low will drop all the way down to 8 above Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, and we will have a couple of flurries in here on Tuesday. So the bottom line is, if you wake up at daybreak tomorrow,
I won't.
Will be the best time. And then I tell you what, the winds are really going to pick up. You're not going to be able to track it on radar. Of course, we'll track it here in the Storm Watch Weather Center, but it's going to be one of those things where it's like, boom, the winds are all of a sudden just blowing things around, garbage cans and everything, so secure the garbage can too.
We've talked about this all day at the 5 and 6. If you're out, like, try not to be out between, it's going to be worse around noon, you said, right?
Yeah, between noon and 4, especially those high-profile vehicles, the wind will rip you right off the road. It'll be a southeast wind, too. So we get our strongest wind on a southeast wind. So just crosswind would be, I-64, which is the west-east highway. So that would be the crosswind highway.
Hey, the one positive, it's going to be 50 degrees tomorrow.
Yes!
Let's go!
So at least you'll be pretty decent after you being blown around on the road, right?
Yeah.
So you'll be warm while you do it.
Okay, I would say 50 degrees is warm, but all right.
There'll be a little bit of a
right
wind chill
now.
factor with a 60-mile-an-hour gust.
Okay, we have more news and sports coming up after this.